Hare Krishna.
So this Habibpur is like halfway house between Calcutta and Mayapur. So often devotees like to take the journey coming out of Mayapur, will come to Habibpur, maybe stay the night, maybe take the sadhana here, and then go on to the airport or go on to Calcutta. It's a convenient stopping place. Initially, there was only Katha Subhadra deities here. Later, they added the Gomita and the Radha Krishna. The Rath Yatra here is very popular. All the local people like to come for the Rath Yatra. Very big festival here. So, people have become attracted to Lord Jagannath. You know, Lord Jagannath was not very well known initially. Only in Puri they have the Jagannath deities. But since ISKCON has come and opened many different temples with Jagannath deities, now more and more people are familiar with Lord Jagannath. Of course, Lord Jagannath is all over the world. When Srila Prabhupada was in San Francisco, Lord Jagannath appeared to the devotees. The one devotee Malati had gone to an Indian import store and she picked up a doll. And she didn't know what the doll was. And she brought it and showed it to Prabhupada. And when Prabhupada saw it, Prabhupada offered his pranam. And he said, this is Lord Jagannath. And then he sent her back to the shop, and in the shop she found also deities of Baladevi Subhadra. So Prabhupada said, this is very auspicious, that Lord Jagannath is appearing to all the devotees in the USA. So he asked if anybody would do anything not to do sculpture. So one of the devotees said he could. So he asked the devotees to start carving the deities of Lord Jagannath, Baladevi Subhadra. And so he did that. The devotee, although he was just a very new devotee, he carved the deities. You're going to have pictures, Prabhupada got some pictures of Jagannath, and he copied the pictures, made the deities. And Prabhupada said, worship of Lord Jagannath is a bit easier than the worship of Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna is more strict, there are more rules. But Lord Jagannath is more merciful. So he allowed the devotees in San Francisco, and that San Francisco temple got a name, New Jagannath Puri. And of course, they had the first Rath Yatra there in the western country, in the western world. They had it there in the Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. So here in Habibpur, they have Rath Yatra every year, very big Rath Yatra. Many people come. You can see how nice the deities are decorated. Very beautiful. So nice. The crowns on Jagannath, all the Subhadra, very wonderful. You see a whole altar, very colorful, very beautiful. The devotees are doing very nicely to worship, offering and worship every day, dressing the deities, decorating them. And you can see so many people coming, more and more local people coming, becoming devotees. You get the habit to come and have darshan. The temple worship very important for us. Of course, we like book distribution, but temple worship is also important too. Because without temple worship, we won't be very regulated. We won't be very regulated, and we won't be very strict about our cleanliness and purity. But when you have deities, then you have to be very conscious. These two things are very important in deity worship. Cleanliness and punctuality. It must be very, very clean. And it should be also punctual. Regulation, important. Prabhupada is always very strict. He wanted everything done on time. You have to do. And if we were even a little late, Prabhupada would just say that. So like the deity worship, keep us regulated and pure. And at the same time you have to preach. You have to also get people to go out and preach, distribute books. So here in Habibpur also, devotees are preaching. So a lot of Namhata preaching, a lot of congregational preaching. And over the years we can see how the people, the local people, have become more and more supportive of this cause. When we were on Parikrama, at the beginning, on the Parikrama, now between Parikrama, the people, they were just looking at us, and nobody took much interest. But now, you can see every year, more and more people coming out from the houses and welcoming us, and they're making offerings to the deity. And they're happy to see the devotees come through their village and they give us. It becomes a popular event. So that's preaching. Preaching is making friends with the people. Right? It's easy to make enemies. But to make friends is not so easy. You have to be very careful how you deal with the people, how you get along with them. And if you work nicely with them, then they will learn to respect Hari. Srila Prabhupada told devotees, he said about preaching, especially in the West, he said in the beginning they will laugh at you. He said then they will hate you. But finally, they would all join with you. So actually you feel like that. At the beginning they were just laughing. We thought we would not keep going. And then we just like that. They hated us. And we got so many cases, we had to go to court, we had to fight in the court to establish legitimate claim as a bona fide religious process. And gradually, people are starting to join us. Just yesterday, I met one young man. He told me he actually said, I'm a Muslim. He said he was originally from Africa, an African country. And he went to England, and he met the devotees in England, and he became a devotee. He got initiation, and then he just finished Bhakti and he wants to go and preach in the Middle East. The Middle East, it's like very strong, and he knows Arabic language, and he speaks the language that he wants to preach in. So this is amazing how Krishna consciousness is becoming more and more widespread. This is the mercy Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. They're helping us and encouraging all of us to continue our efforts to distribute Krishna consciousness. It's not a waste of time. Maharaj teaching over in Africa, and he knows all about it. So Maharaj became devotee in South Africa, He was he's been a vegetarian his whole life. He was born in a Seventh-day Adventist Christian family, so they're vegetarian. So Maharaj had that birth. From birth, he never tasted meat, fish, or eggs. So it's the Krishna consciousness that he So these are some examples of Krishna consciousness ready to fulfill the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Pratipitiyatiya, Nava. Every town and village all over the planet, we have to distribute Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada took the foundation. We have to go on with it. Prabhupada went to Africa, he went to India, and he went to South Africa, and he sent devotees to Nigeria, like that. He wanted everywhere Krishna consciousness. So here, Habibpur, although we have the world headquarters there in Mysore, Habibpur is doing very nicely, very nice facilities that they expanded and here. It began with a Bhakti Vriksha program, very small. Then it became an Amata. Then it became a center. Now they have a big center. With a big guest house at the back as well. Many rooms there. So, they're doing a lot of preaching. These things don't happen without a lot of effort from the devotees. So the devotees have been working hard here, developing the temple. When you come here, I want you all to bless them, help them, continue. We were talking about Advaita Acharya this morning. I was saying how Advaita Acharya has 6 sons. So with the help of some devotees, we did some research and we found out that there were 2 wives, as we heard. So the second wife was called Sri Devi. There was Sita and Sri Devi was the second wife. Sita was Yogamaya and Sri Devi was the expansion of Yogamaya. And then Sita had 5 sons and Sri Devi she had the youngest son. So then there 6 sons from Advaita. So that's the information that we give you all. And it's really important about everything.